Bet. Welcome. This is the Trade Tribe season 1. No, actually, damn, we're on season 2. I forgot. Welcome. Happy New Year, everybody. We are on season 2, episode 1. We came a long way. My name is Tafik Suleiman, a student investor. As by no means am I an expert, but every week I'm looking to bring my tribe along and learn. The Trade Tribe is a trading community show where we learn to trade, share strategies, and contribute to making the tribe wealthier. The show is our take on how we analyze the markets, what we think is going to happen, and how we make plays on that, as well as share our learnings along the journey. Between our training group chat and our weekly recorded calls, we want to see every young adult a part of our tribe thrive. So make sure to add us on Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, and any podcast platform at The Trade Tribe. Typical disclaimer, we're not financial experts, but we're here to give you knowledge and help you make money. And typically, every week, what we're going to do is go introduce ourselves, jump straight into what happened this week, take a quick break, talk about something funny that happened that week, ask ourselves an interesting question or icebreaker for this week, then jump into what's going to happen in the future, week ahead section, give you some knowledge with our lesson of the week, as well as tell you what our picks are from our clubhouse calls in the mornings, and just from us discussing, really. And then we just divulge into off topic and wrap it up. But jumping in, we got myself, Hero, Hamid, and we got Nuffy on the call too. What's good, everybody? How y'all feeling?
Good.
Yo. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
To the channel, bums. We got a new goal. Subscribe to the channel, bums. We got a new goal.
And the question of the week this week is, what will be the biggest trend in stock of 2021? So before we jump into that, let's just see what has happened this past week. This week has been crazy. It's literally only been the first week of January, the first week of 2021, and so much has already happened. Like, I think this is a sequel to 2020. It's very interesting and it's funny to that. But the biggest things that happened this year, stocks took a dive towards the end of last year, as a lot of investors were trying to rotate their stocks from growth or value stocks to growth or momentum stocks to value stocks, and also sell off a lot of positions to get ready for tax season that's coming up this April, I believe, or is it starting in February? But yeah, that was a huge stock sell-off, but it did rebound again. So the S&P is back up, I think 1.8% this week for the year. And just right after that, a riot happened at the Capitol. If you're not paying attention or living under a rock, a lot of Trump supporters interrupted one of the votes that was going on at the Capitol. They're one of the Senate meetings, and it caused stocks to drop because people were reacting to what could have happened. But they then rebounded well after that, after things de-escalated. So that was major news. Stimulus checks dropped. Some people got $600 this week. I didn't. So I'm jealous of other people. I know Nuffy, she got her stimulus check this week and she's happy.
Sure did, but I'm not happy because I don't deserve one. And I didn't get, and it wasn't a stimulus check. It was gas money.
Oh God!
Oh, you saying you're rich? Okay.
Rich. She made too much money to say, yeah, we're not giving you all of it.
It was gas money. It was grocery gas. That's all that was.
Yeah.
Well, that was interesting. That did happen. NIO Day just happened this past weekend. Bitcoin is hitting all types of highs. Coinbase is giving out more free coins and cryptocurrency on their website. But they did go out the end of last year. And it was a lot of issues. So a lot of people are moving away from Coinbase to other platforms. Tesla is going crazy. And now Elon is the richest man in the world over Bezos.
Gang.
Huge. I would say quad witching is also officially over. So no worries about that no more. And there's a lot of more companies IPOing this year, especially through SPACs, which are special purpose acquisition companies or something. Basically black check companies. And we'll talk more about that. More news about the vaccines. More stuff dealing with the UK as well as China. And of course, more wins from the group. But we can start with that and jump right in. Man, what do y'all think of 2020? What do y'all think of 2021 starting off so far?
You know that meme where the dude opens the door and he makes a left and there's another door, and then he opens the door and he makes another left, and it just keeps going on around and around in a circle. That's what we on right now. So make your money. Make your money. Don't be out here chasing these people. Make your money.
Facts. Like there's so many distractions going on. There's like a lot of people can get distracted from something that they have to do, which is make money to get through these times.
And also, I want to make a correction. They weren't Trump supporters. They were domestic terrorists. Okay.
Terrorists, thank you, Hero.
For real. I just gotta make sure I'm not hurting people's feelings.
No, we heard
terrorists and or trespassers in a federal building.
But can we talk about like how wild that was? Like, what do y'all think about that? It was wild.
Well, you know, I live here, so it's crazy. It was definitely crazy.
Facts.
I felt like, again, force was taken very lightly because I worked in the FBI building before. And if somebody even stepped on the grass, it was a wrap. So for them to cross the grass that separates the Capitol from the street and not have a perimeter set up was pretty scary for me. Just to think of like what other people across the world are looking at and seeing how quickly that escalated.
You know.
So yeah, that was intense for me. Just living out here and just not knowing what's gonna happen.
The fact is, there were people in the U.S. Capitol that had book bags on, that had free range access, and we know an IED bomb that can kill 100 people in a 16-foot radius. So, and it can fit in a backpack. Like, you mean to tell me the third most secure building on Earth was literally breached by a Chewbacca wearing bikini Viking?
Hijack.
And a bunch of middle-aged, angry old white men.
Old people.
That was it. Old people breached the Capitol.
And the biggest thing is that they breached the Capitol while the Vice President of the United States was in there. That's what took me out. I'm like, you telling me that the Vice President was in there and people was able to put their feet onto the steps of the Capitol? That was it for me.
Nah, it was really wild. I feel like that was not a good show of how serious we should take like law enforcement. If they were willing to let that happen, like if it was the rioters, y'all were showing us a different kind of energy when it was
oh wow, when Black Lives Matters were still on Pennsylvania Avenue, they already had a perimeter set up at the Capitol building just in case.
What was that energy? So it's like, it's wild the fact that people would do that in the first place, but it was wilder seeing people's response to that.
Well, it was just a setup. That's what it was. It was a setup, and that's what I'm going to call it. I'm going to stick to that. This was a setup. That the Capitol has its own major security, and people keep saying, "Oh, they just had security guards with like batons." No, these are armed security people. And as you can see on the video, from the different from the different angles. I mean, that woman got shot. Exactly. So like they are armed. It's not like they're not armed, but this was a setup because you can tell that some of these Capitol police officers and or law enforcement people are with Trump. They stand with him. And that was shown in several different videos of how they reacted, because all those people took an oath to protect that building, to protect the government, to protect national security, and to see them just not dying for what they're supposed to die for. I mean, that's what that should have looked like them dying for their country, rather than that woman that was a veteran who died for Trump and not her country. I feel bad for her.
She wasn't a veteran. She wasn't a veteran. She was a domestic terrorist.
They said she was the Air Force. Well, yeah.
It doesn't matter. She's a domestic terrorist.
Yeah.
Her new title is domestic terrorist. You could have been a mama. You could have been Mother Teresa. You are a terrorist now. I don't care.
And what's funny to me is that like even when Obama was president, in Chicago, you couldn't go on his block in Hyde Park unless you lived there. They had like you couldn't even go on his block, and he wasn't even there.
Exactly.
It's still like that. If you go to Hyde Park, it's still there. Like there's like a fence type thing. It's like very far from the house itself. Like
you can't even go on his.
It made
his hood.
The way we're reacting there in the moment, the law enforcement agent was they not just at all. The way people were reacting on social media was all kinds of crazy, where people were like going back and forth. Like it's been a huge war back and forth. Like people are very polarized. Like I read this, I don't know if y'all saw the Death to 2020 video that was on Netflix that they created as like Samuel L. Jackson, and they touched on it. I think they touched on it too, about like how polarized people have become now. So I was really getting Civil War vibes when all of that was taking.
Well, that's what it was supposed to be. That's what they. I mean, the thing is that they were already creating T-shirts. So a lot of things have failed.
Yeah,
They
because
knew
you
it was
have to
coming
remember.
prior to this day.
Yeah,
Yeah, the
yeah,
FBI knew all these things. So I don't know.
yeah.
I'm still like, again, I don't, I don't know what happened, or I don't know why this wasn't prevented, because it could have been prevented. But those are questions. I mean, but people are resigning, right? So you saw that the U.S. Capitol Chief of Police resigned. So now they gave it to that black woman. So it's just like, it's so many things. Like, why do people resign? Are they resigning because they don't want to answer the questions?
Facts.
So yeah, it's just weird.
Yeah.
That was just a shock for me, but
Yeah,
definitely an eye opener.
bunch of
It
people
definitely
got
was an
to
eye opener. And
they got
something
to
I
the
guess for me,
floor.
something I took away from it was like going back to like the polarized point. I think that's also taking an effect on the markets as well. Like when that happened, the markets definitely react. In my opinion, it overreacted to the situation.
Absolutely.
You saw the market like stocks were dropping. People were selling out stocks because like we don't know what's going to happen after this while this stuff is going on. So that's something to like. I think it was needed for me because it reminded me that in the market there's two types of people. There's bears and bulls. There's people that are long. There's people that are short. And with people becoming more polarized by events like this, you're gonna really see that. So this year is gonna be a volatile year. We're still in a bull market. Stocks are still going up like they always do, or like what people believe now. Stocks always go up because we're in a bull market. Like when we're in the bull market, stocks are always gonna go up. But you just gotta remember that as much as it's gonna go up with all the stuff going on, shit's gonna
It will
move
go
around. It's gonna
down.
be volatile. It's gonna drop. When it's gonna drop hard and fast. Then it's gonna bounce back real quick and go up hard and fast. So just a reminder to people, for me specifically, seeing the stuff that happened reminded me, one, of the political and of kind of environments we live in, period, in America, but it also reminded me on the market side that we're still playing this game against people too, and like people want to see you lose. So it was crazy with that happened, but hopefully, just to be mindful moving forward, just how volatile the markets are. Speaking of going all the way up, two things that also happened was Tesla.
Oh yeah.
Man,
Wow. That's all I
man,
could say.
Tesla was the stock of the year last year.
I was excited.
And
I
it's
was
already
happy.
starting off on that note.
I
They
made
already hit $880. They did a stock split 5-1 last year, and now they're already back all the way up from $500, I think, or was it $250, all the way back to
Yeah.
So
That's
Tesla,
amazing. Tesla definitely made me some money. I was definitely excited.
that's what's up. Everyone's making money off Tesla, and it's
Yeah.
like really see the potential of like how much you can make in the stock market.
Yeah, for sure.
But it's also filling people's pockets. It's filled my pocket. It fills Nuffy's pocket. I know Hero's happy. He's been scalping Tesla too. He's sitting there.
Yeah, I was communicating with Hero. I was communicating with Hero on Lookman the whole week.
Yeah, like
about Tesla. I was like, I'm about to just dump everything in it.
For $500 in the last month, Tesla's made me $500. I'm gonna have to split my account again. So, and that's the whole purpose, because I want to be able to start putting at least $500 a month into my dividend portfolio to get to that $1,000 a month goal of getting paid $1,000 in dividends a month.
Hero wouldn't let me dump the amount of money I wanted to dump in Tesla. He said, "Just wait."
She was trying to dump at 800. I'm like, no way.
You were trying to sell it?
No, I was trying to dump like hella cash in it, like hella cash, just to see it multiply.
Like I don't really see it. Like people are saying that Tesla. There's been a lot of articles this past week saying that Tesla's going to triple this year, and I can see it. If they do things
but you want to wait. You still want to follow your rules and buy red, sell green. That's the rule. Like, why would you? I would never buy at 800.
Nah, facts. You gotta like really pay attention to and like know when to like.
Tesla's always down on Wednesdays, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. That's their down days. Buy on those days. She was trying to buy on Monday when it was going from 750 to 800.
Taufik. At one point. Yes, no, but at one point I was watching it, right? Just because I had like a few minutes. When I was about to place the order, I think it was like 842. It jumped from 842 to like 868 in like 2 seconds. And I was like,
all you need.
Goodness. I was like, wow.
That's what happened to me. That's what happened this week. This week I saw that everyone was hyping the community in the group chat. Like on Twitter, there's literally a community of people that invest in Tesla. Like, you just gotta pay attention to their hype and their emotions. And when I saw it at this peak, I was like, all right, man, I'm about to make a Tesla call. Hopped in 15 minutes later. I was telling Hamid, like, yo, I'm about to hop into a Tesla call. Hopped in, made 27% profit in literally the first minute.
That's what I'm saying. It jumped
Just a
so
minute.
fast.
Nephew was talking about dropping more than 60% of her portfolio into this.
I was gonna drop. I was gonna drop 8K.
That literally goes against the formation of the purpose of this tribe. Don't act on your emotions.
I'm on your side, Nuffy. Like, I'm on your side, Nuffy. Like, I understand why. Like,
hey, Nuffy, you still got your money right now, right?
I do, but I was
okay. There you go. So you're winning.
I was about to throw it in there.
Just off Tesla, people have made millions. I saw some guy, I can't remember his name on Twitter. He posted
like 3.9.
Say it again.
I think he made 3.9 million, right?
No, the one I think I saw that one. The one I'm talking about, he made 9 million so far. He put, I think, about
a couple
100,000 into Tesla stock last year, around this November last year, or the year before that, and now he's made 9 million off of those shares just alone.
I just want to get to 3 full shares of Tesla, and that's it, and I'm good.
I want to get enough to buy me a Tesla.
That's what the dividends chart is for. I'm buying my first car for dividends.
In cash.
Facts. But with that, it's crazy. Like, with just Tesla's moving last week, Elon has now become the richest man in the world. Potentially,
he's rich, but we don't know how to pronounce this child's name.
It's
XI something.
as a group of Nigerians, I don't think we should get mad about people making fun of somebody not being able to pronounce people's names. We did that all growing up, so
when your name is
but you know what? They're still gonna learn how to say it though.
Yeah, you damn right. Spell that shit right.
But speaking of Tesla, along with other things, I feel like this year people are really starting to get and pay attention to the trend of electric vehicles, battery technology. That's what people are going to be talking about all year because of how much Tesla moved up last year. And I feel like it's both good and bad. Good because we're now going to be shifting from gas combustion engines to electric vehicles, and it's going to be a staple now, which is good for the environment. And it's going to be great for all the companies that have to provide clean energy too. It's going to force people that, hey, if we're going to be having this infrastructure, we need to actually pay attention to how this is being powered. So there's going to be a lot of uptake in electric vehicles, battery technology. Even Apple announced they're creating their own Apple car.
Yeah, I saw that.
Like, that is wild to me. The stock was going crazy, I think 2 weeks ago because of that. Like, they announced it, I think a year or two ago, and they're planning to make their own car called the iCar in partnership, I think, with Hyundai by 2024.
I'm definitely jumping on that car.
When Apple gets into that sector, I think that the world is going to end. I think when Apple at that point, listen, at that point, the only companies in the world that matter are going to be Apple, Disney, and Amazon.
Facts.
That's going to be the people who they're going to run everything.
I think companies,
but I think
this is wild to me, but I think companies are going to become the new, like, world order. Like, companies are going to, like, basically tech companies, it's not going to be countries. It's going to be companies saying whatever the fuck they want to say. Like,
I mean, that's always how it's been behind closed
Twitter
doors.
Bad,
public.
Trump.
No, you gotta really think about what just happened here. The leader of the free world literally has no mode of communications with the outside world. And shout out to Petty Obama for his tweet today, talking about, isn't it great when you can just come online and give your ideas freely to the world through social media? So just think about this. Trump tried to ban TikTok, and TikTok called his big brothers like Facebook, Twitter, he's picking on me. And you literally can't go on Pinterest. He never had a Pinterest account. He can't forever. That shit's crazy.
Trump is one of the all-time tweeters, though, so that does suck. When he wasn't talking crazy, he was actually pretty hilarious. If we're keeping it buck.
One of the funniest accounts.
Yeah, hilarious. Just sucked that he was the president and was like that.
So that was wild. I forgot to even include that. All the social media people like banned Trump off social media, so he has no way. And that's wild to me. That is very wild to me. But speaking of ban and like platforms, another thing that happened was recently with the whole move with Bitcoin and stuff like that. Coinbase, one of the most popular cryptocurrency exchange platforms, went out and was having issues I think Binance had some issues as well too, which is another popular one. But I think with everyone hopping on this cryptocurrency wave, I think we're in the middle of a financial revolution where people are being forced to go from typical currency, commodities and things like that to a digital form, because as for a lot of benefits, such as people keeping their transaction and stuff quiet. So something I do think that's going to happen is we're going to see a lot more highs with Bitcoin. Like, of course, they reached what 42,000 recently.
Yeah, but so I can't put any fractionals. You can't put no fractional shares in Bitcoin.
You can buy
pieces of it.
But remember, we tried to do it here, and it was saying something else.
You set a limit order, but the mark you had to set a limit order.
Oh, okay.
Set the limit order and it'll work.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that was wild to me though. Bitcoin hit a new all-time high of 42,000, and I think we're at a psychological level because as soon as it hit 42,000, it started dropping. It's already down to what 36,000 already.
It's 37 now. Yeah, this is a good time to buy right now. 37,000.
Perfect time.
Perfect time to buy.
Perfect time to buy.
I'm not gonna buy 37,000, but I'm gonna put some
200. The $50 top he gave me, I'm already up 45.
Oh yes, I forgot about our Bitcoin challenge. So for those that don't know, me and Hero, we got a Bitcoin challenge going on. I was trying to tell him, hey, Bitcoin's gonna be the new wave. This was when it was around 17,000. I was like, hey, it's gonna happen. We've been tracking this since it was at 13,000. Hey, Hero, throw some money in Bitcoin. So I was like, hey, I'm gonna give you the money to put it into Bitcoin, $50, and in exchange for like it going up, you gotta give me 25% as you're making money. And now he's in it. He's paying attention, and I'm glad that you hop on the wave. Your money has what? Damn near doubled since the last.
My money is doubled now. It's only because I'm trading it the way I normally trade. If I just left it, I think I would be at $84, but right now I'm at 106.
Facts. Well, that is something to be watch out for. Bitcoin's going crazy. Other coins as well are going crazy. Ethereum also going higher. They just hit 1,300. And there's a lot of things to pay attention. I think people should pay attention to cryptocurrency because that's going to be the new world order. People are going to be using cryptocurrency instead of it. A lot of benefits, a lot of this, and we can dive deeper into that in another episode. But moving on to the meme of the week. This week has been so funny. It's so many things I saw on social media that was like, I just kept dying and laughing. I'm so glad I'm taking a social media break. The only thing I use is our business account, which is the TradeTribe, just to make our posts and keep people informed. But this popped up on the feed and it was just hilarious. This was by Ramp Capital LLC. And they were saying, basically, men be like, I can't commit, and then invest their entire portfolio into value stocks. I was crying. I was like, you need to attack our Black kings specifically. All kinds of kings at all. Hey, like priorities. You feel me?
Priorities,
the truth, man.
Priorities. You can't buy a girl a nice outfit broke. That's all I'm saying.
Right.
Shut up.
What do you think, Duffy?
You guys, commitment is priceless. Commitment is priceless.
I need to call somebody who's committed to you and ask some questions. Then.
Commitment is priceless.
Like, I feel like easy way to please a man, just show him how you about your money. That's for me. If someone's get in a relationship with me, you gotta show me you're about your money.
Or work at a bank.
Right.
Well, I'm tired of you guys already.
Or you work for a Fortune 500 company and can give me some insider information.
Yeah.
Let me go find me a Forex person.
Right. Wow. Well, I think that was funny. This is very funny to me. But it really shows a trend that I've seen where people are not really using their money in their own personal account, like your savings or your checkings account, as a sign of, hey, I can't go out right now, even though they have 10,000, 100,000 in their stock portfolio, but only have like 250 in their checking. They're like, oh yeah, I'm broke. I think that's something that's good that people should do.
Yeah, that's a lifestyle.
Say that again.
That's a lifestyle.
Goals. That's
a lifestyle.
That's the lifestyle.
Lifestyle. Money comes first. My financial setting, my financial situation needs to be right before I put my money to other stuff like going out or doing.
It's so crazy. I be thinking about like the stock market all the time. Like when people try to ask me like, do you want to go to this place during the weekend? I'm just like, no, I don't. I think I could put this money into Tesla. I was just thinking about Tesla all week last week. and I was willing to risk it. Oh, and Hero knows I was willing to risk it. I was like, Hero, I'm like,
I was like,
put this
fool.
amount. I'm like, I'm over here turning down like outings. I'm like, hey, I want to put this amount in it, Hero, but I'm like, just give me the green light.
Nah, Hamid, no, I was the same way. I was telling him like, yo, I'm about to throw my money into Tesla. He was like, yo, you're playing a risky game. I was like, all right, I'm still gonna do it. I'm about to do it. Click the button. 27% profit. All right, I'm out.
No, don't worry, Nafi. I got you this week.
But speaking of profits,
I got you this week.
But speaking of profits, though, this has been a really great week. A lot of the members of the tribe have been doing an amazing job this week. It's just only the first week. So just this week alone, I'm excited for this new year. Like, we all about to make a lot of good money this year. Like, some of the plays that people made this week, ENG. David made 325% profit off an options call on ENG. Got in, got out. He said he was getting in, kept it on upstate, got out. Back, I think that was you, Hamid. You made a call on BAC, 245% profit. That y'all are.
And I should have stayed. Like I should have stayed.
Hey,
like,
profit is profit, man. Get your money, get out. That's what I'm gonna be doing all 2021. Like, getting my money, getting out.
If I stayed, I would have doubled that.
Thanks.
Yeah, but I'll take it.
How did he find ENG? That's a rare one right there.
That's the strategy he does. One of the strategies that he uses is to avoid, and we should honestly do this more, avoid the stocks that people are all talking about, because those are easily manipulated. Follow the quiet sleeper, the hidden, like those ones that like not everyone's talking about, because one, they're safer because not many people are going to be panicking or manipulating the price, and you can really use your fundamentals, the actual fundamentals of what investing is. Oh, this is a good company making good earnings and things like that. Because I feel like a lot of people have moved away from that. All you hear is hype stocks up just to make it profitable. But I think that was really a really good play and a really good call out by David. Other picks were AMD. I think Jesse made 63% off AMD, if I'm remembering correct. I made 27% off Tesla, 20% profit off of a Roku call. And I used that money and put it into other stuff like Square and what's it called? Roku shares. I also made 11% profit off my long-term Square call, 15% off my long-term Nordstrom call because retail is coming back and things like that. Someone else made 14% off a Zoom call, and also shares as well. So I think someone made 2% off Nike shares, stop lost out. I made 7% off AI shares. I stop lost out, but I'm still gonna ease back into that.
I secured 88% in Tesla.
Dope. I guess I need to start putting my gains in there too. I did one referral on Robinhood, and I got three free stocks from one referral, which is crazy to me. They gave me like bonuses.
I actually forgot to even include my ARK dividends. I was actually so surprised. ARK gives you dividends. Like, I got 2 dividends from, I think I got dividends from ARK G and ARK K, or is it whichever one I was in. I think ARK W actually, and like they gave me dividends. So I'm holding that for the long term, but I'm glad I'm also getting dividends from that too. I'm reinvesting those dividends. I also made 80+% off my Riot stocks. I sold that for my Webull account, but I still have a lot of those in my regular account as well. Someone else made 25. I think Jesse made 25% off VLDR. I think that's the laser LiDAR company. But of course, there's a couple of losses. Stop lost out of BYND. I think he stopped out 3%, lost about 3% off BYND. You win some, you lose some, but we lose small, win big, in summary. But moving on. Again, going back, I want to give a quick shout out to Dr. Dre McMillian for shouting us out on Twitter. If you are not, make sure to follow us on social media. Because we love to see. We're here sharing gems, giving you tips, giving you stock picks, stock plays, because we want to see all of us, people like us, making money and being successful in the stock market or in any markets at all. We also made a post about different ways to play Bitcoin. You can play Bitcoin directly by buying shares of Bitcoin or pieces or coins of Bitcoin on like crypto exchange like Coinbase, Cash App, Robinhood, all the stuff. But you can also buy shares of companies that are exposed to Bitcoin, stuff like Bitcoin itself, Marathon Patent Group, Riot, MicroStrategy, stock ticker MSTR, PayPal, stock ticker PYPL. I think this is Canaan Group, stock ticker CAN, and I think Bit Digital, stock ticker BTBT. There's another one that someone replied to our post saying MGTI. I'm not too familiar with it, and he even said it himself. They're a very good momentum play. They don't really have much news, and to also have caution. So, but that was a really good call out by Money Lobster. Appreciate y'all giving us all that insight. This is a community, so we'd love to hear your discussions and your input as well. But my question to y'all, what will be the biggest stock or trend in 2021? And what is your goals for the year? Hero, want to go first?
For me, my goal is to make $1,000 in 1 month off of dividends, or preferably a quarter, based on however you measure it. And the stock for me is going to be educational, distribution, and logistics. Specifically logistics, because more than ever, the world, as we recover and try and figure out how to get the world somewhat back to normal, the ability to move information and infrastructure quickly will be the ace. So logistics are going to be my big play.
Logistics stocks. You heard it here first, folks. Hero, he got the inside man at AMC. He makes a lot of money at AMC, so definitely hear him out now when you talk about logistics. I know you got inside man.
Genius Brown. I just talked to a secretary, an officer in education. They told me something about Genius Brown. Genius Brand. You heard it here first. It's $1.44. Buy it before it hits $7.
Facts. How about you, Hamid?
For me, well, one, I'll say that I'm definitely gonna look into, like, I know everybody's saying it, but like the EV stocks are cool because look at Amazon, right, and their success, and then you saw how that affected Shopify and Etsy, how they boom, had the same kind of thing. I think that same thing that happened with Tesla will happen with the other EV stocks. Like the big guy does great. All the little guys, they feed off of that energy and they do well as well. But like I said, my new strategy, I'm not touching those because, like we said, they fluctuate a lot. So I'm focusing on bank stocks because they all move together, different proportions, but they all move together. Like Chase, Bank of America, all those they kind of move together. So like you can watch what they're doing, and kind of have that uniformity. So that's what I'm doing with that. I think my goal for this year is, as a student, I think my stocks and my everything that I make money off of that, that's kind of like my money that I use. That's my income. So my goal for that is to, be able to have that use it as regular income while still maintaining my savings. Like, have the savings amount, but the things I make over that limit, that's kind of like my income, in a sense, my spending money. So that's kind of what I'm focused on now.
Makes sense. How about you, Nafi?
I want to add 3 more stocks to my portfolio. I want to do an option trade. I actually want to do one so I can get my feet wet. And I definitely want to.
Don't do it in Tesla. Nobody watching this right now. Look at me. I'm looking at the camera. Nobody looking at the camera right now. Never. Your first option is never to be Tesla.
Never put a short on Tesla. But I think a long-term, like maybe a year-out option call on Tesla will make you a lot of money. Because I promise you, Tesla is going to be at least doubled by the end of this year.
Unless he says the N-word.
He might mistakenly say that by saying his child's name.
Exactly. So be careful. Yeah.
Okay. So I want to do an option trade. I'll decide which one it's going to be, and then I definitely want to just try and get into this crypto and throw some coins or whatever. I want to throw. I want to get.
Do it right now.
Well, if you don't be like Hero and make me force
I
you
thought
to
you
get into
said that.
crypto.
So my thing is, so when I tried it, and actually I have a 4th one as well. I want to veer off of Robinhood and move into the other trading side, the Tierman trade. I'm trying to get onto that side, or at least have some in both, so that way I can have, I can watch both. Because I be seeing stuff. I be seeing stuff about Robinhood all the time, and it be negative stuff.
Yep.
So that worries me a little bit.
Nah, I don't think they're nah.
Hold on, let me.
Might be thinking of a different company.
Hey, what streaming service do you use, Hero?
I probably streaming service
For music.
For music.
Yeah.
I have a 5th generation iPod. I still use LimeWire, baby. What's good?
Man, still giving his computer AIDS in 2021. Crazy.
So yeah, those are my 4 goals.
Those are really good goals. I think those are really good goals. And again, the tribe is here for. We want to make sure everyone's goals are achieved this year. So let's all work together and make sure like we're helping each other accomplish goals. So if anyone has any questions, y'all can always feel free to reach out to me, and we can help. Like I'm trying to get everyone on the wave. Okay, I think that's definitely a thing. I guess going back to your question, what will be your biggest stock or trend of 2021? What do you think is the trend for 2021 with stocks? What is like what's your stock of the year? Yep.
Tesla. Tesla. Amazon was doing well as well, but I don't know. They were like battling each other at one point. I was watching them. I have some Amazon as well. So I just think it's gonna be Tesla. Tesla is doing a lot right now. I mean, a lot of good things. I would like to see Apple up there as well.
You never know with their iCar, they might.
That's what I'm saying. So like, hopefully Apple. And I don't know if a new phone is due or any other technology for Apple is due in the next couple of months. Yeah, so I'm sure something else is coming out soon. I definitely want to try to get back into Disney. I'm really upset that I sold it when I did because I just didn't have faith and I was just being greedy. Because when I got in, I was very low and now it's very high. I'm seeing and I'm just like, dang. Same way I feel about Jumia. You know, I still hate Jumia till today because of what I did. But yeah, Tesla, I feel like it's going to be that stock to watch out for this year for sure.
Facts. That's a great point. For me, my biggest goal, I'm saying this loud and proud. I want to hit total I want to have liquid assets up to, this is a stretch, but I think it's possible. I want to get 250,000 worth of like liquid assets, stocks, options, crypto. I want it to all add up to be worth that. And I feel like it's definitely doable. Because what I did end of last year, I put 1/8 of my portfolio, about 1/8, maybe 1/10. I advise everyone to have 10% of their portfolio in crypto with how fast it's growing, at least for now. I put like 1/8 of my portfolio into crypto, and that has at least doubled on Coinbase. And that was with me just holding and not really scalping. So one thing I do want to learn, I want to learn more about crypto. So that's something we can both work on together, Nuffy. Because like I want to really learn and master it and understand, because a lot of people are making a lot of money off of it, and there's a lot of potential. It's going to be the new future, the new financial revolution. People are not going to use currency. Now they're going to use cash. They're not really going to care about, like, maybe not as much, but they're not going to care about gold. People are going to really leverage cryptocurrency with everything. So I think us learning that, especially with minorities like us being behind on a lot of the stuff that go on with this stuff, I think we need to get ahead of that. So that's one of my goals, really master crypto. And also
because everybody's talking about it, right? Exactly. I see people Facebook posts, but nobody's saying. Everybody just posting, but nobody's talking about it.
Right? That's no one is talking about it. That's the discussion.
Nobody.
You still haven't. Nafi, you literally still haven't bought the crypto yet, and we've told you right now to go buy it.
I thought you can't buy nothing until the market open. I should buy it right now.
No, it's 24/7.
And that's what you need. Crypto runs 24/7.
Okay, well let me do it right now. Goodness.
Yep. So like something I did do, I put like 1/8 of my portfolio into crypto. Like, so I bought Bitcoin, Ethereum, Litecoin, and Link. And so far it's doubled. Now it's probably worth, my cryptocurrency is worth 1/3 of my entire portfolio. Maybe not 1/3, maybe 1/4, but that's a huge thing. So I want to really master that.
1/4. I'm about to say 1/3. God damn.
Like it's really gone up. Like I've made a lot off crypto just by like putting it in and holding for a while. Like I bought Bitcoin the earliest I bought Bitcoin earlier back in 2018, and then I sold it when I made profit. But now this year recently I bought it around like 15,000, and it's gone up to 41,000. So it's like it makes sense. So my goal is
getting the same. I keep getting the same message when I try to do it.
Yeah,
I can help you out. I can help you out with that offline though.
Okay, help me with that offline.
Yeah,
cool.
Yeah. But my goal again is to get 250,000 liquid assets. It's a stretch, but I think it's possible. I also want to have 100,000 just in the stock market specifically, just stocks and options out of that.
That's separate out of the 250, or is that combined in the 250?
That's part of the 250, yes. Another goal is I want to be able to be really consistent. I want every options play that I make to be a W, or at least when it goes bad, I cut it off very quickly. So that's one of my goals. I have a lot of other goals, but those are, I feel like, the main ones. But with the biggest trends, man, it's a lot. The trends that I'm banking on in 2020, I think the top one's going to be this crypto financial revolution. Before, the reason why Bitcoin dropped from its high in 2018, 2019, around that time when it was like at 19,000. It's because a lot of the countries, India, China, USA involved, were trying to kill it. They were trying to y'all not going to do this cryptocurrency stuff because that's going to get in the way of our money. And that was the reason why it really dropped. But now it's big institutions are backing it. Now countries are backing it. The US has their own cryptocurrency. It's called USDC, the United States digital currency or whatever. Like they have their own digital dollar. And like that, they're trying to make money because they see how much money is going to be in. And because of that, I think crypto is going to be one of the biggest waves this year. So I'm trying to bank on that. Riot, Mara, perfect examples of that. And we're going to see more of that in 2021. Another one is genomics. This is a very quiet trend that people have been talking about recently, like gene editing, advancing human biology more than where it's at. So stocks like Twist, CRISPR, all of that, those are going to be popular this year, or it might be something that goes on in the background a lot of people don't talk about. I can see that happening because everyone's distracted by electric vehicles and battery tech, which is another trend, but biggest names being Tesla and NIO and those and other battery players. But that's going to be another trend, EV, battery tech. And because of that, another trend is going to be clean energy, because how are you going to power all these vehicles? How are you going to get energy around to power these devices? Clean energy. Everyone's buying more devices, buying more phones, more Apple Watches. So there needs to be something to power that. But also with that, chips, semiconductors. Semiconductors chips are going to be huge. NVIDIA, AMD, they've been going crazy. What was it called? NIO just announced this weekend that for their vehicles, they're going to be using NVIDIA's Atom, or is it Orin chips, one of their newest chips that are super powerful. And that's a huge deal. That means every single NIO car is going to have one of their chips in it at least. So that's already guaranteed money for NVIDIA. So NVIDIA might be a good play. Semiconductors, chips, that's going to be another trend. AI, interconnectivity. These vehicles are going to need to work. They need to be safe. So if a vehicle is causing accidents, that cannot happen. That's just wrong. That's the biggest pushback for electric vehicles. So there's going to be a huge push for AI, more advanced artificial intelligence that will make these vehicles smart enough to avoid people. And these devices are going to need to run off and communicate with each other somehow. So interconnectivity, combining both AI and interconnectivity is going to be a huge wave. 5G technology. So I'm banking on stocks like AI, banking on stocks like Jesse said, CCI, all these 5G stocks that like have exposure to like interconnectivity and AI. Those are going to be another huge wave this year. It's going to follow behind on all of that, but I think it's still going to be a huge play this year. And lastly, some other stuff like e-commerce, Shopify, Etsy. That's a new wave. People are at home buying stuff in different ways. People need ways to get the things that they need. So Etsy, Shopify is another one. And lastly, entertainment revolution, just different ways that people are spending their time, media. Hamid actually mentioned one too. I think Hamid, you were supposed to talk about income, the way people are making money, sports betting, and so on and so forth.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of people like are just seeing it on my TL and things like that. A lot of people are just parlaying things, and what all that money is, like a lot of these websites and things like that you cash out in Bitcoin, which is dope. So like it's untraceable, all that kind of stuff. That's a big thing that's been fueling people's interest in Bitcoin, is because a lot of these websites you can only cash out in Bitcoin. You can't get the money deposited into your bank account. You have to get it routed to a Bitcoin account. So all the people who want to do these betting, they have to use Bitcoin for them. But yeah, like parlays and things like that, that's what everybody's doing. They're turning 20 into 1,000 just off of off those instances. And what's nice about it right now is the fact that because of the way COVID is, there's a lot more sports going on at the same time that usually don't go on at the same time. So like when we had all those sports on at the same time, there's a lot of parlays there people were doing, like even in soccer stuff, and it's little stuff that people are doing, like, oh, this person's going to score 5 points. This person's going to score, like those little things. That's what people are doing, because you can put $1 into 10 different parlays, and your outcome can be.
I actually saw that. I know what you're talking about. Yeah. I've seen that on Instagram. Yeah. And I wasn't sure what that was. I'm like, are people betting on games?
And that's the thing. It's so much deeper. It's so much deeper than just who's going to win, who's going to lose. It's this person's going to score this many points in this quarter thing, and those little details, because the probability of it is so low, the over under is so much better, so you have a lot of chance to make more money off of it. That's why people are putting 20 into 1,000, because the probability of things to happen are so low.
Wow.
Yeah, a lot of people are making a lot of money off sports betting. Like I know people that made hundreds, if not thousands, off like just one game.
That sounds like my field of money. I love sports.
You're crazy. Put us all on in the tribe. We're gonna make a sports betting section.
That's what I'm talking about.
But moving on, that's pretty much everyone's goals for the year. That's what people are predicting to be the biggest trends in stocks of the year. But how we're going to get to that, we're going to have to learn. So we are going to start back again our book club this year. This week, this right now we're still on the How to Day Trade for a Living book. We've covered chapters 1 to 4, basically. So if you can catch up, read along with us, get up to chapter 8, and we'll review that next week. But just a summary again, just talks about just ways you can learn how to use the tools and tactics for trading, a lot of money management and risk management principles and philosophies, and it teaches you a lot about discipline and trading psychology. So far, we've talked about some of those tools and the mindsets to have for trading. They touched on risk management in the first 4 chapters, and now they're really diving into how do you pick stocks, how do you trade, what are the things that you use, scanners, technical indicators, strategies, and things like that. So this would be a good read that I'm looking forward to next week. And yeah, so make sure you catch up, read that, and let's make more money this year by learning. But moving on to, we've just pretty much done lesson of the week. Last segment, week ahead. Not much going on. Well, there is a couple of stuff going on. Biden is coming into office. His inauguration, Nuffy said, will be on the 20th of January, correct? On Wednesday?
Yes, on Wednesday. Mm-hmm.
So he'll be coming in officially as the president of the United States. I think he's what, 46?
At the Capitol.
At the Capitol. Hopefully, no more riots. Nothing bad goes down. But with this,
they've already sent out the logistics and shut down the entire operation. There's no way of even getting into it unless you have clearance.
Okay, that's good. That's good. Because if that something happened, I feel like that would definitely affect the markets as well. So everyone, be careful going with all this around these major events with the markets. Have your stop losses set. Monitor your stocks, make sure news is coming out that won't affect it in a way that against your plans. But with that, as he's coming in, he's also promising to send out another round of stimulus from the economy. He's already promised it, and it just needs to come in as president for it, I guess, to take effect. And yeah, so that's something that might be good to look at. And I think, again, just like how people just got their stimulus checks, people gonna throw it at Tesla, people gonna throw it at Bitcoin, people gonna throw it at specific stocks that or plays that have been hyped up or all over the news. So definitely watch out for that going into next week. Also, earnings seasons are back. So companies are rolling out their earnings season. Last week, there was a couple that happened, but not really important. But this week we have JP Morgan Chase. They have theirs on Friday before the open. Which other one is going on this week? TSM, they have theirs, I believe, before the market opens on Thursday. That's a huge one. BlackRock, they're a huge investment company. Delta Airlines, they have theirs before the open on Thursday as well. And a couple other ones, but those are really the main ones too. So definitely keep an eye out for that. And I did see something for that. Does anybody know what is going on with these Chinese companies? I saw a lot of articles talking about blacklisting investments in Chinese companies.
That's mostly because they believe they're giving out trade secrets to the Western government. So a lot of them are just in court, but it's pretty much they're going to pay $1 billion and then they'll be let free.
Facts. So that would definitely be something to be mindful of. Like a lot of companies like Alibaba has been affected very much by a lot of stuff going on with Jack Ma and what he said about the Chinese government, which was another wild thing. He completely went MIA and Baba tanked. So just be careful with stocks that have some relation with China or might be Chinese stocks. One of them for me, of course, would be NIO. So just be careful of what is going on with those Chinese companies because that will affect those companies too. Or the stock prices of those. But that is week ahead. Not much else going on unless anyone has anything else to add. Members picks. So those people on the call, what do y'all think is going to happen this week? What are y'all looking for? I can start off, I guess. For me, I want to get a lot more buying power, a lot more cash. So I'm going to continue selling. I've sold off a lot of my positions, but it opened more. So I do want to close out a lot of profits that I had. And lock in those gains. So I'm gonna keep on looking for any opportunity to sell the stocks or options that I have. Again, me and Hero are working on this dividend stock strategy that's really dope and will help us get that. So I'm trying to get more buying power so I can put some money towards the dividend strategy. I would like to have 1,000 going into each of the dividend plays and using that to build a good recurring income per year. I'm also going to be looking for short-term options plays. So it's quick flip, buy and sell, maybe 1 to 2 week expirations or maybe 1 month expirations, but sell it within a couple of days, less than a day. If I can get 15% profit off of options play in a day, I will most likely sell it. So pretty much short-term options plays. Going to be watching the same EV and Bitcoin stocks, NIO, Tesla, SBE, Blink Technology, Riot, Mara, same stocks I've been looking at. Going to still be tweaking out the scanners I'll be using and any unusual options, learning more about this trading algo. Not really looking at many long-term stock plays. The ones I have, I'm satisfied with. And yeah, that's pretty much my watch list for the week. How about y'all, Hero?
I'm stuck on the dividend hype train. I want to keep scalping. $35 a day goal is my goal. Like, and it's Tesla and Bitcoin have been making that possible. And every dime goes into dividend stock plays.
Facts. Has your daily goal gone up since we started?
Nope.
Still 35.
Stick with what you know.
Facts. Let's see. Hamid.
You're mute.
You're still on mute.
I'm looking into Citibank, and Citi and Wells Fargo. That's kind of where I'm at. And then depending on how those things are going, then I'm gonna hop into Chase. And I'm doing a lot of like day trading things. I'm getting in and out of things throughout the day. Just really I did that last week and it worked out really well. I was in Neo. I had stocks in Neo. I sold them. And then when they dropped back down, I bought them in and they went back to where they were at. So it was a nice little come up from that and just doing that periodically, just a little bonus.
Dope. Nuffy?
I think I'm on the same track as Hamid. Like, I'm trying to start to buy these stocks that I can make a quick flip on, sell it, get the gains, and then just reinvest it. That'll be my goal. So I'm gonna be looking at those. Like, I got a lot of free stocks that do make me some money, but sometimes I just like to keep them. But I see that I need to just start selling them and then reinvesting them in something else.
Yep. Yeah, I think one of my friends said recently was that you should kind of like look to rebalance your portfolio very frequently. I try to do every day, rebalance my portfolio, but again, everyone has these things take time and research. So really, I try to at least twice or two to maybe 1 or 2 to 3 times a week. I try to rebalance my portfolio to make sure, okay, have I made enough profit off this? There's some that I just completely ignore. I put into my long term that I'm just holding. One of those would be like Tesla and AI. Like regardless of what's going on, I'll probably hold those for a long time. But yeah, that is the members picks of the week. And again, I appreciate everybody for being on the call. Hero, Hamid, Nafi, all of that. We're off to a great start this year. So I just want to say thanks for listening. Thanks for everyone that we have on today. This is the Trade Tribe. So make sure to share this with your friends and family, whichever way you're watching or listening to this. Follow us on social at The Trade Tribe and subscribe to us on YouTube and any podcast app that you're on. Good luck trading. Happy New Year. Tribe out.
Tribe out.